What up, everybody? It's your boy Slim the Trucker here. This is my brand new YouTube channel that I'm starting out called Slim the Trucker. And I'm going to take you through my CDL journey, right? The beginning, the middle, the end, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? I'm going to go through the entire process. So this is going to be a lengthy video. So if you're driving, if you're at work, if you ain't got nothing to do, sit back, kick back, relax. And I'm going to show you guys how I got my CDL, right? All right. So, CDL, you got Class A, Class B, right? Class A, you can pretty much drive whatever, right? Tractor trailers, dump trucks, garbage trucks, whatever. I think anything but a school bus. I think you got to have a special endorsement with the school bus, right? So, then you got Class B. Class B, you can drive garbage trucks, dump trucks, school buses, regular buses, anything over 26,100 pounds without a trailer you can drive, right? So this is like maybe 2022, 2023. So at this point, I'm working at these crappy jobs, right? Working at these crappy jobs. And by this time, I had already had, let me take this video off, I already kind of did over the road because I had a cargo van at the time, and I went and bought a cargo van. It was a piece of crap cargo van, and I'm in the South, and I drove it out to the Midwest, Virginia, that type of stuff. Then the van kept breaking down, and I was out of damn business. But anyway, so I had to go get a damn job, right? So, but I loved it, right? I'm like, okay, this is cool. But I'm working at these crappy ass jobs that ain't paying no money, right? BS warehouse jobs that I just, oh my God, I couldn't stand it, right? Working at these warehouse jobs, it just sucked butt, right? So I said, man, you know what, man, I'm gonna take the leap forward, and I'm gonna go get my CDL, man. Why not, right? So I think this is 2022, 2023, right? I may get the years wrong, but just bear with me. All right, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna go get my permit, my CDL, because I kept seeing all these jobs hiring, making good money. I mean, I was like, wow, this would be great. I'm like, I'm already driving a box truck. Why not? It was jobs that I seen, that I still see today, that drive a box truck that pays $80,000 to $100,000. The only thing you gotta have is the CDL. Where I'm out here driving this box truck and I'm making maybe 15, 16 an hour, right? I'm like, man, I gotta go get it, right? You know, what the hell, I gotta go get it. So anyway, I decided to go get my permit. Now, with the permit, Class A and Class B. So Class A permit, you have to pass general knowledge test, which is 50 questions. You gotta make at least an 80 on that test to pass. Air brakes, you have to it's 25 questions, right? I forgot how many. You got to make it 80% or something like that, right? And then you got general knowledge, which is, I believe, it's 20 or 25 questions, right? For general knowledge. I mean, for combinations. I'm sorry, the combinations. So there's general knowledge, air brakes, and combinations, right? So in Class B, it's just general knowledge and air brakes, right? Okay, cool. Now I go take my permit, right? The first day I passed general knowledge. The second day I passed general knowledge, but I failed the air brakes, right? So, and I couldn't go forward, right? So I had to come back the next day. Next day I come back, I passed air brakes and general knowledge. So now I have my Class A permit, right? The problem was I ain't had nowhere or nobody to train me, because the law came out, I think it was 2023, where the law came out and said, if you go get a CDL or want to go get a CDL, you have to take what's called the ELDT test. Now I'm like, crap. Now I gotta go find somewhere to go take the damn ELDT test. Now I gotta go take another test, right? So, you know, it's 2023. I'm calling around. I'm trying to figure out who can, help me. Everybody kept saying, well, you got to go to school. You got to go to a trucking school now. The law's changed. You got to go to a trucking school. So I'm calling around in my state in the South, and I couldn't find nobody, because I had a weird schedule. So the only thing I could think of was to go over the road, which I did not want to do. And first of all, let me just say this. I did not want to drive a Class A vehicle at all. I only wanted to do the Class B. I did not want to do Class A. Yes, I drove a Class A truck, but I just didn't want to deal with the trailer, the BS of the trailer. That's just me. Not, you got some people, oh, go get your Class A, why not? Some people don't want to deal with that, man. And, it is what it is. But anyway, so I'm calling around trying to figure out how to get this license, right? Because when the permit expires, you got 1 year. If you don't get your CDL license within that 1 year, you have to come back and start all the way back over. You got to do your general knowledge, combinations, air brakes. You got to start all the way back over. Start all the way back over, right? So around this time, I'm like, crap. So I think it's 2020. It's 2022, I believe, right? 2022, 2023, 2022, I believe, right? So at this point, I'm thinking about going over the road, right? I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go over the road. If I go over the road, I can just get my license and whatever, right? Well, so I look up a couple of companies, and I found one called Royal Transportation, right? Royal Transportation said they'll hire me, but I will have to drive for them for 2 years. I'm like, man, 2 years? They say 2 years straight. I'm like, bruh. So I wasn't feeling that at all. Over the road, 48 states all over. I'm like, man, I ain't feel like dealing with that. So, because I had other things going on in my personal life, relationships and stuff like that, and they wasn't with all that. So I'm like, man, okay, I can't just up and leave. I mean, I could if I was on some savage stuff, F y'all type stuff, but I had a dog and all the other stuff, so I'm like, man. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. Got up to the point where I was about to go, sign up, did the drug test, did everything. The day of I was supposed to leave, like something happened in my personal life and I couldn't go, right? So I got pissed off, started spazzing out on everybody. F y'all, what the F, all of that. Y'all don't want to see me, y'all don't want to see my dreams, I'm on that. I'm on that type of time. Oh, y'all don't care, my dreams, I'm on that type of time, right? So y'all don't want to see me feed my family, some people, oh, my kids, all of that, right? So I'm on that type of time, right? So I said, man, what up? Forget the CDL stuff. F it. So 2023 come around. I'm working at these crappy, horrible warehouse jobs that just wasn't paying that. It was BS, right? I'm like, oh, this sucks. And let me say this, because, it's a difference from a CDL to a non-CDL. I was still non-CDL at the time. It's a big difference. You know what I mean? With jobs, the money, the stuff like that, right? The responsibility, right? So there's a reason why there are different classes, right? So I said, forget it. I stopped worrying about it. I don't care, right?
Generate
well, 2023 comes around. My ex-girlfriend at the time was like, yo, she said, if you still interested to get your CDL, there's a program in your state that will pay for it, right? And she actually, shout out to her, because she actually found the number and did the research and got me in contact with him, right? She said, man, just give him a call. At first I wasn't going to do it. I'm like, nah, I'm kind of over all that stuff. She said, man, just go see. You still want to do it, go just try, right? So I give him a call. The lady tells me, she says, yes, we can sponsor you. We can pay for your school. She said, all you have to do is go get a permit and we'll pay for everything. I said, what? So I go back. I think this is like May. I don't want to say late 2023. I might have been. Because I went and got my permit again. Probably like June. I think June. I talked to this lady, I think August, September, right? So I already had my permit. I just went back and got it just in case. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and get my permit again and whatever, just in case, right? My permit had expired the first time and I didn't do nothing with it. I'm gonna go back again and I'll just see what happens, right? So I'll go back and get my permit again. Now, if the years is kind of effed up, it's been a while, so just forgive me, right? But I know I had my permit the first time and I didn't do nothing with it because I didn't go over the road at Rail Transportation. The permit expired. I go get it again. I think this is like maybe June, May, June, and I go get my permit again. Now it's late 2023. Well, getting towards late 2023, right? Maybe August, September, right? The lady tells me we can sponsor everything. It was a long process just to do that. You gotta send in your IDs, your social security cards. They want, stuff from your job. It was a long process. It wasn't no quick, okay, you're in. No, it was a process to do this, right? Different phone calls, all of this stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I'm working at these crappy jobs, right? It was crappy. So I go and the lady was like, okay, we're gonna set you up. We're gonna set you up. All you gotta do is come in on this date. I got the scheduling for the school and stuff. Great. My school started, because we got everything finalized around October, November. My school started in 2024, I think February. Now I was going on the weekends which was an 8-week process because I couldn't just do it full time. Now if you go full time Monday through Friday or something like that, or Monday through Thursday, I believe it was only 4 weeks, right? But if you do it on the weekends, it was like 6 to 8 weeks. It was long as crap, right? Pause, right?
Generate by AI.
I had to do the weekend course, right? Whatever. Saturdays, Sundays, every weekend, couldn't miss a day. Could not miss a day. Couldn't miss a beat. You had to be there, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So fast forward, 2024 comes around. I get a new job, right? I get a new job and I'm making, now I did not have a CDL at the time at all. This delivery company I worked for paid me $24 and some change an hour, right? Now, to me, that was a big deal because I had just got to making at my last job, I was making like maybe 16, maybe 17 an hour. So I was like, oh, snap. Because during that time, I got laid off from one job because one job had shut down. So I got laid off. I went to this other terrible job that wasn't paying nothing, to this other terrible job that wasn't paying nothing. And this is what motivated me to go get my CDL. Because I'm like, bro, I got to do something. I can't keep getting these shitty non-CDL BS jobs. Which I'm not saying there aren't any shitty CDL jobs. I'm pretty sure they are. But the difference is, since I have, if I would have a license, I would have better opportunities with better pay and stuff like that. And I'm going to explain why. So 2024 comes around. I start school. CDL school. Let me explain this. CDL school. Now I was going for 8 weeks. Every Saturday and Sunday. Now around this time, I started my new job. I'm working literally 60 to 65 hours a week, Monday through Friday. Literally. For that entire year straight, I'm working 60 to 65, maybe 66 hours a week straight, plus school. I ain't had time to do literally nothing but school and work for literally during that point in time, right? Now, I'm making pretty decent money. I'm bringing home we first got paid every 2 weeks, then we started to get paid every week. So at every 2 weeks, I was bringing home $2,500, $2,400. Then we started to get paid every week. I'm bringing home $1,300, $1,200, $1,300 a week. I'm loving it, right? I said, oh snap, I'm making good damn money. Hell yeah, big dog, right? Me and my girl, we out to eat. I'm out here, whatever, right? Buying TVs, gaming computers, and monitors. I'm, showing all, but still, right? To me, that was great money, right? At the time, right? I'm like, dang. For a second, I was like, man, F this CDL stuff, I'm doing good over here. I'm making this money, right? But I said, no, I'm already in school. Let me go ahead and finish. So I'm in trucking school. Now, the first 2 weekends back to back, we had to do the ELDT test. It was long as hell. Oh my God, it was aggravating. But luckily, the book that I had like, they give you all the answers and stuff stuff on it, right? So we do the ELDT part. We all in class, we doing the ELDT stuff. We're doing the training. It's classroom stuff. It's boring. It's, oh my God, it was tedious. I hated it, right? AI. We got past that. Then we go, that was the first 2 weekends, right? So the first 2 weekends, the first weekend ELDT, the second weekend ELDT, then that third weekend we go out on the mat, on the track, right? We're learning we're learning the pre-trip. You have to get this pre-trip right. You gotta do the in-cab, the outside pre-trip. If you fail the in-cab, you couldn't do the outside, you couldn't drive. You had to get that pre-trip down pat. Because without that pre-trip, if you don't know the pre-trip, you can't drive, right? So that pre-trip was literally nailed into us, drawn into us, day to day to day. You had to practice the pre-trip. I mean, they just, Pip, my dog whining, y'all, I'm sorry. But you had to practice the pre-trip, right? So you had to practice the pre-trip. Didn't matter. You got to get that pre-trip down. So me and a couple of other guys, we're trying to help each other out. And we're trying to study this stuff, but it's so much to say. It's so much to do. It's like you got to point at everything. You got to explain everything. Pip us. I'm sorry, y'all. My dog. You got to explain everything. You got to just, it was so tedious. Couple of us was like, yo, we ain't gonna get this, man. This is aggravating, bro. Like this pre-trip, it was so drilled into us. Like you had to get it. But we started to do it. We started practicing more, and we finally got it down to a science. Especially me, I was on it. Got it down to a science, right? Now we do the pre-trip. Then we go driving. We driving with the trailer and the truck, all of that stuff. We had fun in trucking school. We had fun. It was some BS at times, but I'm gonna make a separate video for that. Just save time, right? I'm gonna do a separate video. If you guys want to see that, leave a comment on how was my trucking school experience. I will explain that in another video. Continuing. All right. Get through trucking school, graduated. Around this time, I'm at this new job. I'm making good money, and I finally get my weekends back. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a little break. Now, my test wasn't scheduled until later on, like maybe a month out, right? So I'm chilling, we relaxing, me and my girl chilling, right? And I go, when it's time to take my test, I take the day off. I go in to go to the DMV. Guess what happened? One, the dude said my stuff wasn't in the system. Two, at the time, I couldn't pass the DMV eye test. I guess it was an eye test, right? So I wear glasses and stuff. I couldn't pass it. So it was the fact that my stuff wasn't in the system and the eye stuff. It was just a big mess. They said, well, anyway, if you would have passed the eye test, they said, well, your stuff ain't in the system. We had to figure that part out. So
generate by AI.
We had to reschedule it. The other problem was it had been a month since I drove. Now, the reason why this is important because during that time while I was in school, a couple of instructors had quit, right? Found me jobs, they had quit. There was only one instructor that was there. So he didn't have time for extra people to come in and drive and practice because he had a whole nother class set, right? So he would literally text people, send emails on the day of to say, hey man, come in and test on a Wednesday. And we told him, we're like, hey bro, if you want us to come and test on a certain day, give us a heads up so we could take a day off. But he would literally do it on the day of and expect for people to just get off their job and to come do it. It's like, bro, we can't. We got work. We still got lives. We still got we still got things to do. We still got a job, right? So I couldn't go in and just take off like that, right? Again, I just started this new job. I'm the only person they got far as in the South that's doing the job that I'm doing. That's why I was making the money I was making, so I couldn't just take off, especially at the last minute, right? So, anyway, my permit expired, right? My permit expired, But at the time, this is 2024, I said, man, whatever, man. I said, F it. I said, shit, I'm making this good money anyway. Who needs that CDL, right? I'm on that type of man, the fuck. I said, man, I'm making $1,300 a week, nigga. You know, I don't give a F, right? I'm on that type of time, right? So I wasn't worried about it.
Generate by AI.
2025 comes. That's when things change. Well, company started making changes. I wasn't making that type of money I was making. And things got rough. But I was still cool. I was working 4 days a week. I was working 5 to 6 days a week, but now I'm working 4 days a week. Ironically, I had Wednesdays off, and I'm chilling. I'm at work one day, I clocked out, I get a phone call from my manager and some other person on the phone, random Friday. Your job has been terminated. Out the blue. They laid off, because I was called a domicile driver, right? So they would have somebody to drive over from another state, bring the truck over overnight, and I would go drop stuff off at Dollar Generals and stuff, or restaurants, and they would come pick the truck up. Well, they got rid of that position. And they said, hey man, all of the domicile drivers are laid off. So I got laid off, right? Now I'm laid off. And I started to think to myself, I said, damn, if I had that CDL, you know, because I was making pretty good money, right? What I thought, right? And I was regretting, and I said, oh man, I wish I would have got that CDL now. I said, because I could have easily found another job. I got laid off that Friday. I could have easily found another job by Monday or Tuesday with the same rate of pay. So now I'm thinking, okay, I still got a good driving record. I've been driving for over 10 years. The problem was I'm not going to make the money that I was making before. That was the only thing, right? So now I'm like, man, I got to go get the CDL, bro. I can't. I just got to go do it. So I get a new job. I wasn't unemployed long. One thing about me, I get jobs, right? So I wasn't unemployed long at all. But the pay rate wasn't nothing like how it was before, right? So, but I understood that I had to adjust, right? I said, man, I'm going to go get the CDL, man. I can't take it. Now I'm seeing more CDL jobs that's paying good damn money. So I said, I'm going back to get my CDL. So I'm calling around. Now the good thing is I already had did the hard work. I already passed the ELDT test. I already did the driving. I already did my driving hours. So now I'm at this point where all I got to do is go find somebody to test me out and I'm good. Well, at this point, nobody could do it because they kept saying I had to go back to school. I'm like, man, I ain't going back to school, bro. F that. I already did all that. And all these recruiters I'm talking to kept wanting me to do the class A. Go get a class A. Come on, buddy. You know, come on, bud. Come on, stud. Go get a class A. I'm like, dude, I don't want a class A. I want a class B. I know what I want. I'm going to go get it. I found the school on one of my days off. I found the school by accident, just looking it up. Dude said, you want a class B? He said, I'll do it for $500. I'm like, what? Yep. Now, before that, I got to tell you, there was this one school that was willing to do it, right? I got my permit. I'm getting ready to go to this school, right? She said, yeah. She said, it'll cost you $300 some odd to get your license. We can test you out. All you got to do is test you out. You're good. So I already get my permit. I'm getting ready to go to the school. I call her and say, yeah, I'm coming on this day. She said, well, the rules have changed. Our school has new policies. We can't do it. I said, come on. So that's when I found this other school dude said he'll do it for $500. This trucking school. I said, cool. It was 2 hours away from me. I had to go up there, but cool. I go up there, meet them. I did the pre-trip. I had to study the pre-trip all over again. I had to get that drill back into my head to remind myself. I go back. I go that Saturday to do the pre-trip. The guy said, oh yeah, you ready? He said, can you come on Wednesday to take the test? I said, hell yeah. So I go in on Wednesday to take the test. I passed my pre-trip. I passed my in-cab and my outside pre-trip. Getting ready to do the maneuvers, I failed on one of the maneuvers. Well, on two of the maneuvers, I failed. Well, yeah, on two of the maneuvers, I failed. I failed the forward stop and I failed the the Ford off track and whatever it was. I failed that because I went too far out the line. Now, at this point, I'm so concerned about the pre-trip, I literally forgot the driving part of the test. Because I'm just so focused on the pre-trip. I go back, passed, got my CDL, Class B.
By AI.
I passed. Didn't miss nothing. Didn't miss nothing on maneuvers. Didn't miss nothing. I passed. When he said, congratulations, you passed, oh man, a weight had lifted off my shoulders. Because this was years of hard work. Anybody that tells you, oh man, getting the CDL is easy, tell them to go do it. Getting a CDL is not easy. It is hard work. But once you get it, you got it. Man, when he told me I passed, bro, I was like, oh my God, you have no idea, man. I've been wanting this for at least since 2023, 2024. Yes, now, was I procrastinating? Yes. Was I BSing at times? Yes. Did I prolong things? Yes. But you know, everything works in God's time. It just wasn't my time yet. But now I got it. And I'm telling you guys, and I'm gonna make more videos like this because with a class, there aren't a lot of YouTube videos on Class Bs. There are a lot on Class As, but you can find you good jobs with a Class B. You just have to look. Yes, you'll have to look, but man, I'll give you a couple of them. Septic Blue, Class B, Monday through Fridays, weekends off, $100,000 salary. No training. They say they'll hire you. Yeah, you can septic tanks and stuff like that, but $100,000 a year, paid weekly, no training. All you gotta have is a Class B. I saw the company Plinsky, Class B, $80,000 a year. You got other Class B jobs, dump trucks, garbage trucks that pays you good money. You just got to look for it. But man, I hope I can inspire somebody with this video. I hope I can, if you're looking to get your CDL, man, leave a comment, man. I can see if I can try to help you guys out where you're from, man. But it's a journey. But once you get it, you got it, man. And I went through it. I got it. If you're looking to do it, go get it, man. Don't hesitate. Don't wait, especially as long as I did. But just go for it, man. Yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be hard. But once you got it, bro. So hopefully somebody can take this video as a message and say, you know what? I'm inspired. I'm going to go get my CDL too. Look out for more videos. I'm going to talk about my journey with this. I'm going to talk about my school and all this other stuff. It's your boy, Slim the Trucker. I'll catch you guys later.